The surviving Rakshasas, wounded and dispirited, ran to Kara for protection. Kara consoled them and ordered Dushana to attack Rama. The mighty Dushana was capable of contending with 10,000 warriors at once. With a great roar, he urged his chariot forward. The Rakshasas were encouraged to see their leader advance. Uprooting trees and lifting massive stone slabs, they charged once more at Rama. The dreadful encounter between Rama and the Rakshasas was fearful to witness. Rama alone appeared like hundreds of warriors. The demons could not tell when he took out his arrows or placed them on his bow. They only saw him pulling his bowstring and an endless stream of arrows being fired. The demons rallied themselves and rushed at Rama, all at once, from all sides. From every side, they hurled trees and rocks with great force. A diverse shower of weapons fell upon Rama, along with volleys of barbed arrows. Smothered by weapons, Rama invoked the celestial missile presided over by the Gandharvas. As he released the weapon, all directions became covered by blazing shafts. Under a canopy of arrows, darkness enveloped the battlefield, and the demons fell back in fear. Hundreds dropped dead at once. The ground was strewn with heads, wrapped in turbans, adorned with bright jewels. Severed arms still clutching weapons lay everywhere. Headless trunks, spouting forth blood, ran about wildly before falling to the ground. Everywhere were bodies of Rakshasas, horses and elephants, along with broken chariots, shattered weapons, rocks smashed into powder, and trees torn to pieces. The surviving Rakshasas were unable to face Rama. They stood frozen with fear. Dushana, seeing his army routed, set up a great battle cry. He ordered his 5,000 personal guards to attack. These Rakshasas had never known defeat. They were energetic and never turned their backs on the battlefield. With terrible impetuosity, they incessantly assailed Rama on all sides. Fearful showers of scimitars, spiked maces, huge rocks and long swords fell upon Rama. Rama, becoming increasingly enraged, intercepted the volley of weapons with his arrows. Some weapons he struck down with his whirling sword as he slayed the Rakshasas, who fell like so many great oak trees cut at their roots. Dushana then rushed towards Rama, in his chariot, discharging innumerable arrows like thunderbolts. Rama released a razor-like arrow, which split apart Dushana's bow. With 4 more shafts, he killed the 4 horses drawing Dushana's chariot. He then released a crescent-headed arrow, which severed the head of Dushana's charioteer. With 3 more arrows, Rama pierced Dushana's chest. The demon jumped down from his chariot, holding a mace which resembled a mountain peak. The glowing club was studded with sharp iron pikes and belted with gold. It was capable of crushing the celestial army and smashing down the gates of their citadels. Dushana tightly grasped that weapon, which resembled a large serpent and was stained with his enemy's blood. Raising it above his head, he rushed at Rama with a huge roar. As Dushana bore down on him, Rama lopped off his arms with a pair of arrows. Along with his bejeweled arms, Dushana's club fell to the ground. With a 3rd crescent-headed shaft, Rama cut off Dushana's head. Seeing Dushana slain, the gods exclaimed, "Excellent! Well done!" Rama then swiftly dispatched all of Dushana's 5,000 warriors to death's abode. Kara was practically stupefied with anger. Seeing his army all but annihilated, he charged Rama. He sent ahead of him his own guards, a dozen of the mightiest Rakshasas. as one might greet guests. Rama greeted each of those demons with his sharp arrows. Those mystical shafts given by Agastya were encrusted with gold and diamonds, and they blazed like fire. They emitted smoke and sparks as they sped through the air. Tearing into the demons' bodies, they split their hearts in two. Kara looked on in astonishment. Who was this human? Besides his personal guard, the three-headed Trishira was the only other demon alive. Kara advanced toward Rama, but Trishira checked him. Simply command me. Simply command me. Simply command me, O Lord, and I shall vanquish this man. Trishira said, raising his mace. See him thrown down today by my might. This wicked one deserves death at the hands of all Rakshasas. I shall kill him now, or I will lay down my life on the battlefield. Then you may march against Rama yourself. Therefore, order me to fight. Trishira, who was wishing only for death, received Kara's permission. He mounted his glittering chariot and rushed against Rama. The demon appeared like a moving three-peaked mountain. His volleys of arrows resembled a black cloud. As he charged at Rama, he roared like the crash of a gigantic drum. Rama met him with a profuse number of swift arrows. Although the arrows dug into Trishira's body, he simply laughed. He hurled a golden lance, tipped with steel, and fastened all over with many small bells. The lance glowed like fire as it sped toward Rama. Firing 3 arrows at once, Rama cut the lance into 4 pieces. It fell at his feet like 4 shining stars dropped from the heavens. Trishira immediately shot 3 barbed arrows which struck Rama on the forehead. With blood gushing from his head, Rama appeared beautiful, like a mountain tipped with red oxide. Provoked by Trishira's attack, he laughingly shouted, "Just see this demon's strength and valor. But what will it avail him? His arrows, although fired with all his power, strike me like so many flowers. O demon, now see my prowess." Rama became excited. He shot 14 serpent-like arrows into Trishira's chest. With 4 more shafts he killed the Rakshasa's 4 horses. Rama severed the head of his charioteer with a broad-headed arrow. He then struck down the demon's ensign and shattered his chariot. As Trishira leapt from his broken chariot, Rama struck him on the chest with an arrow imbued with the force of a thunderbolt. The Rakshasa stood stunned by that arrow. Rama quickly fired 3 razor-headed arrows, which lopped off the demon's 3 heads, and the heads rolled on the ground with their golden earrings glittering. Trishira's body fell like an uprooted tree, and the ground shook. Kara felt fear enter his heart. His entire army was slain. Fierce Rakshasas, who could face even the gods, now lay dead on the battlefield. He looked at Rama, who stood as immovable as the Himalayan mountains. Still, Kara urged his charioteer forward. He drew his great bow to a full circle and fired innumerable arrows at Rama. His blood-sucking shafts sped through the air like angry serpents. Kara then displayed his mystic power and filled the 4 quarters with arrows. Rama at once countered Kara's shafts with his own. The sky was soon covered with arrows, and not even the sun was visible. The true warriors fought furiously. The battle resembled a fight between a lion and an elephant. Like a driver striking a lordly elephant with a goad, Kara struck Rama with a number of fierce arrows. The demon stood firmly rooted in his chariot, like death himself, with noose in hand. Thinking Rama tired, the Rakshasa felt the moment opportune for his victory. He stood tall in his chariot and raised his frightful-looking bow. Rama, however, was no more concerned than a lion would be on seeing a small deer. Kara approached Rama as a moth approaches a fire. Displaying his dexterity, he split Rama's bow in two with a razor-faced arrow. With 7 more shafts, each resembling Indra's thunderbolt, he pierced Rama at his vital points. He then covered Rama with another 1,000 arrows, fired with blinding speed. Hard hit by Kara's shafts, Rama's bright armor fell in pieces to the ground, with arrows piercing him all over his body. Wow! Rama became enraged. He shone on the battlefield like a smokeless fire. Rama raised Vishnu's terrible bow and darted toward Kara. He cut down the demon's ensign with a dozen gold-winged arrows. That gold ensign descended to earth like the setting sun. Kara continued to rain arrows on Rama, aiming for the vulnerable parts of his body. Rama became more and more furious, grasping his bow tightly. He fired 6 carefully aimed arrows. 1 struck the demon in the head, 2 in his arms, 3 in his chest. Rama then shot 13 more shafts, as if they were one. With 1 he cut the chariot yoke. With 4 he killed the horses. With the 6th he cut off the head of Kara's charioteer. The next 4 arrows shattered the chariot. The 12th cut Kara's bow, and the 13th pierced him deeply in the chest. All this happened in a matter of seconds. Screaming in fury, Kara leapt clear of his smashed chariot, and he stood on the ground, mace in hand. Collected together in the sky, the gods and rishis applauded Rama, encouraging him to quickly slay Kara. Rama then said to the Rakshasa, "You have pursued a ruthless and wicked course, O Rakshasa. With your vast army, you have inflicted pain on all created beings. Only those who are sinful and hard-hearted perpetrate such acts. Therefore you deserve to die at the hands of all beings, even as a venomous serpent should be killed." Even though challenging the Rakshasa, Rama felt no malice toward the demon. As a ruler, he saw it as his duty to punish the wicked, to correct them. Like a father correcting an errant son, he apprised Kara of his sins, even as he meted out his punishment. He continued to castigate the Rakshasa in a booming voice that echoed throughout the forest. One who continuously commits sinful acts soon sees the terrible results, O Night Ranger. Just as a man who eats poisoned food soon dies, so one who performs sinful acts is quickly dragged down by his sins. I am here to punish sinners like you, O Kara. Pierced through by my arrows, you will today follow the path of those ascetics whom you have killed. Fight to the best of your ability. I will strike down your head like a ripe fruit." Kara laughed. He was impervious to any good instructions. Beside himself with anger, the demon roared back, "Having killed only ordinary Rakshasas, O human, why are you vainly ranting? Those who are truly brave speak nothing of their valor. Only the vulgar brag as you are doing. O disgrace to the royal class! Just as brass taken for gold reveals its baseness when placed in fire, so you have shown your baseness now that the hour of your death has arrived." Kara raised his heavy mace. "Obviously, you do not see me standing here wielding my mace and holding the earth with her heavy load of mountains in balance," he bellowed. "I am capable of killing you along with all the creatures in the 3 worlds, but enough talk. You have killed 14,000 Rakshasas. Now I shall wipe away their relatives' tears by slaying you." Kara whirled the mace and released it for Rama's destruction. As it coursed swiftly through the air, it shot out searing flames which burned the surrounding trees to ashes. With 20 steel-tipped arrows, Rama shattered Kara's mace to pieces. It fell to the ground like an angry serpent checked by mantras. Rama laughed at Kara. "Is that your best effort, O vile demon? It seems you are bold only in speech. Even as Garuda snatched nectar from the gods, so I shall snatch away your life. The earth will drink deeply your foaming blood. With your head severed, you will lie closely, embracing the earth, like a man embracing his lover. Rama continued to taunt Kara, reminding him of the many sages he had killed. Closely watching the demons all the time, Rama said, "When you are laid low by me in protracted slumber, this forest will again become a happy abode for ascetics. Your wives and kinsmen will grieve today, as do the kinsmen of those you have slain. Try again if you will, for your death is near." Kara's anger was again incited by Rama's words. He foamed at the mouth. Looking around for another weapon, he screamed, "Your mad talk is born of vanity alone. It is said that at the moment of death one cannot discern right from wrong. I see this to be true. If evidently your mind is thrown into confusion as your death approaches." Kara saw a large tree nearby. He tore it from the earth and hurled it at Rama, exclaiming, "You are killed." Rama was unmoved. He met the fast-flying tree with a volley of arrows. It fell in splinters and a shower of leaves. Determining to kill the Rakshasa at once, Rama became violently angry. He was covered in perspiration, and his face shone brightly. He pierced Kara with 1,000 arrows. Torrents of foaming blood ran from the demon's wounds, like rivulets running down a mountainside. Kara was maddened and ran furiously at Rama. Taking a few steps backwards, Rama took out a shaft resembling Yamaraja's mace. He placed it on his bow and imbued it with the celestial force of Indra's thunderbolt. When the Rakshasa was almost upon him, Rama released the arrow. It struck Kara full on the breast with a sound like thunder. The demon fell to the ground, a huge burning hole in his chest. As Kara fell dead, the Charanas sounded their celestial drums as a shower of flowers fell upon Rama, while the gods applauded, saying, "These violent Rakshasas, unslayable by any other, have been slain by Rama in less than 2 hours. His resolve and power exactly resembles that of Vishnu." The sage Agastya, standing in the sky at the head of a large group of rishis, also spoke to Rama. "At Indra's prompting, and for this very purpose of killing the Rakshasas, Sarabhanga had you sent here. The rishis will now again inhabit this region to practice their austerities." Lakshman then came out of the cave where he had hidden Sita. Along with the gods and great sages, he praised Rama's achievements. Sita ran to her husband and embraced him tightly. She ran her cool hands over his many wounds, crying tears of joy to see him victorious over the Rakshasas. As night fell, thousands of carnivorous animals and birds descended on the battlefield. Rama and Sita retired into their hut, and Lakshman sat nearby, keeping a lonely vigil. Thus ends Part 2, Chapter 7 of Valmiki's Ramayana.